My beloved child. There is something happening behind the scenes that you were never meant to hear, yet somehow, it is circling back to you. A woman closely connected to your ex just made a confession when she thought your name would never reach your ears. And what she admitted has left her shaken in a way she did not expect. Don't skip this moment. Stay with me, because something huge is waiting for you. She did not confess out of confidence. She confessed out of pressure. Out of a restless feeling she could no longer ignore. When your ex speaks about you now, it is not with indifference. It is not casual. There is a weight in their voice. A pause. A softness that wasn't there before. And this woman noticed it. At first, she thought she was imagining things. But patterns don't lie. Silence doesn't lie. Energy doesn't lie. Behind closed doors, she admitted that your name still changes the atmosphere. That your absence created a space no one has been able to fill. And here is the shocking part, she is not afraid of you. She is afraid of the truth she is beginning to see. She sees that you were not the problem. She sees that the story she was told about you does not match the reality she is witnessing now. And that realization? It unsettles her. Because when someone realizes they misjudged a person who carried genuine intentions, it shakes their sense of certainty. It forces them to question everything. Stay till the end, because this is where it turns. This woman is terrified, not of confrontation, not of conflict, but of the growing awareness that your ex still carries unfinished emotions. She has seen the way your ex goes quiet when certain memories resurface. She has heard your name spoken in moments of vulnerability. And in her confession, she admitted something no one expected. She feels like she is competing with a memory. That memory is you. You see, some connections don't fade just because time passes. Some impressions don't disappear because someone walks away. And she senses that no matter how much she tries to build something new, there is an invisible comparison happening. That is why she spoke. Not to attack you. Not to expose you. But because deep down, she knows something was left unresolved. Don't skip this next part in your heart. Something huge is waiting for you. When someone connected to your ex becomes unsettled, it is often because truth is rising to the surface. The version of you that was misunderstood is being re-evaluated. Quietly. Privately. Without your effort. And here is what makes this moment powerful: you did nothing. You did not chase. You did not argue. You did not try to prove yourself. You simply stepped back. And now the silence you left behind is speaking louder than any explanation ever could. This confession is not random. It is a sign that perception is shifting. That narratives are cracking. That clarity is forming in places you cannot see yet. But wait, there is one more layer to this. The woman who confessed is beginning to realize that she cannot replicate what you naturally were. And that realization has brought her to a crossroads. Because once someone sees the depth of what they are dealing with, they cannot unsee it. Stay till the end of this journey, because what unfolds next is not about drama. It is about revelation. Something huge is waiting for you. What she said next changed everything in a way no one could have predicted. After her confession began, it did not stop at simple observations. She admitted that late one evening, during a quiet conversation, your ex spoke about you with a depth that did not sound like the past. It sounded present. It sounded unfinished. She described how their eyes shifted, how their tone softened, how there was a silence that felt heavier than words. Don't skip this part, because this is where the truth begins to rise. She confessed that she asked a question she now regrets asking: do you still think about them? And instead of a quick denial, there was a pause. A long, unguarded pause. That silence answered more than any sentence could. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. What unsettled her most was not jealousy. It was realization. She realized that no matter how much effort she puts in, she cannot erase the imprint you left. She cannot recreate the history you shared. She cannot replace the emotional language that only you and your ex understood without speaking. And that awareness has been quietly growing inside her. She admitted that sometimes your ex defends you when others bring up the past. That they correct misunderstandings. That they say, "It wasn't like that." That they acknowledge your patience, your loyalty, your depth. And she never expected that. Because she thought the chapter was closed. But here is the revelation that makes this moment once-in-a-lifetime powerful. She believes your ex still measures new experiences against what they had with you. Not intentionally. Not openly. But subconsciously. And that truth terrifies her. Not because she hates you. Not because she wishes harm. But because she senses that the emotional foundation she is standing on may not be as solid as she once believed. She confessed that she feels like she is building something on ground that still carries your name. Don't skip this, because it gets deeper. She revealed that recently, your ex mentioned a memory, something small, almost insignificant to an outsider, but it was described with such clarity and warmth that it felt alive. That moment made her realize that you are not just a memory. You are a standard. And when someone becomes a standard, they are not easily forgotten. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. This is not about revenge. It is not about proving anyone wrong. It is about the quiet power of authenticity. You were simply yourself. You did not perform. You did not compete. You did not try to be someone else. And now, long after the separation, that authenticity is echoing in places you cannot see. She is terrified because she senses a shift. She senses that clarity is approaching. That unresolved emotions are rising to the surface. That the story she was told about you is slowly being rewritten by reality. And here is what makes this moment extraordinary: you did not force this outcome. You did not orchestrate this confession. It happened naturally. Organically. Without your involvement. When someone connected to your ex feels the need to confess that your presence still lingers, it means your impact was deeper than you realized. It means your absence created awareness. But this is only the beginning. Because the real turning point is not her fear. It is what your ex is starting to confront within themselves. Don't skip what comes next. Something huge is waiting for you. There is a moment unfolding right now that no one saw coming. After her confession, something shifted not only in her, but in your ex as well. Because once words are spoken out loud, they cannot be taken back. She admitted that since that conversation, your ex has been quieter, more reflective, almost as if they are revisiting chapters they tried to close too quickly. Don't skip this, because this is where everything becomes clear. She revealed that recently, your ex asked an unexpected question: do you think some connections are meant to come back around? It wasn't random. It wasn't casual. It was heavy with meaning. And when she heard that, her heart dropped. Not out of anger, but out of realization. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. What unsettles her most is not what has already happened. It is what she feels might happen next. She senses that your ex is beginning to see the full picture now, the patience you showed, the stability you offered, the emotional safety you created. Things that may have gone unnoticed before are suddenly being remembered with clarity. And here is the shocking part. She confessed that your ex recently defended your character in front of others with a strength she did not expect. There was no bitterness. No blame. Just honesty. That honesty has started to reshape the narrative that once surrounded your name. She admitted that she feels like she is watching someone wake up to a truth they once ignored. Don't skip this turning point. Because when someone begins to reevaluate a past connection, it means growth is happening. It means perspective is changing. And that shift is powerful. She is terrified not because she thinks you are trying to return, but because she senses that your ex's heart is no longer fully anchored where it stands. She described a recent evening where your ex seemed distant, staring at nothing, lost in thought. When she asked what was wrong, the answer was simple: I've been thinking. That was it. But the weight behind those words said everything. Thinking about what? About who? About unfinished conversations, unspoken apologies, and moments that could have been handled differently. Something huge is waiting for you, because this is not coincidence. This is awareness rising. She confessed that she feels like she is competing with something intangible: your integrity. Your consistency. The way you handled yourself even after everything ended. She expected you to react loudly. She expected drama. Instead, you chose dignity. And now that dignity is echoing back stronger than ever. Stay till the end, because the most powerful part is still ahead. Your ex is beginning to confront the truth that not all endings are meant to stay closed. Sometimes distance creates clarity. Sometimes absence creates value. And sometimes the person who walked away begins to realize what they walked away from. She sees it. She feels it. And that realization has unsettled her deeply. But here is the once-in-a-lifetime revelation. This is not about going backward. This is about recognition. Recognition of what was real. Recognition of what was rare. Recognition of who you truly were in that connection. And the more that recognition grows, the more she understands that the story is not as finished as she once believed. Don't skip what comes next. Stay with this unfolding moment. Because something huge is waiting for you, and it is closer than anyone expected. The truth is beginning to echo louder than anyone can ignore. After everything she revealed, one final detail slipped out, something she tried to hold back. She admitted that your ex recently went back and looked at old messages, old photos, old memories that were never truly erased. Not out of boredom. Not out of habit. But out of reflection. And when she saw that, she understood something she can no longer deny. Don't skip this moment, because this is the shift you didn't see coming. She confessed that your ex said quietly, almost to themselves, "I didn't realize what I had until it was gone." That sentence was not meant for her ears. It was not meant to be repeated. Yet it was. And now it has reached you. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. What terrifies her is not the past itself. It is the awakening happening in real time. Your ex is no longer defending their old decisions with confidence. They are questioning them. They are revisiting conversations in their mind. They are replaying moments where pride spoke louder than love. And this awareness is changing their energy completely. She admitted that there has been a noticeable difference. A softness. A humility. A longing that cannot be masked with distraction anymore. She feels it when your name enters the space. She sees it in the way your ex pauses before speaking about the future. As if a part of that future once included you, and the absence is suddenly undeniable. Here is the once-in-a-lifetime revelation: your ex has begun comparing every new experience to the emotional depth they shared with you. Not because they want to live in the past, but because the standard was set higher than they realized at the time. And now, that realization is impossible to ignore. She confessed that she feels like she is standing in the shadow of something authentic. Something irreplaceable. Something that did not rely on perfection, but on genuine connection. And that is what truly unsettles her. Don't skip this turning point. Because this is not about someone being afraid of you. It is about someone being afraid of truth. The truth that what you gave was rare. The truth that your silence carried more strength than arguments ever could. The truth that sometimes the one who walks away learns the deepest lessons. She revealed that your ex has been unusually introspective lately, asking questions about growth, about timing, about second chances, not directly about you, but close enough that the meaning is obvious. And that is when she understood. This story is not over in the way she assumed. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. This confession was never meant to empower you, but it does. It confirms that your value did not disappear just because the relationship ended. It confirms that your presence left an imprint strong enough to resurface when clarity arrived. It confirms that authenticity always finds its way back into the conversation. And now, as your ex stands at the edge of realization, as she stands in quiet uncertainty, as truth continues to rise without your involvement, one thing becomes undeniable: the narrative has changed. Not because you forced it. Not because you chased it. But because time revealed it. Something huge is waiting for you, and the most powerful part is this: you don't have to do anything except remain who you are. A quiet decision is forming, and no one is prepared for what it could mean. After everything she confessed, there was one final realization she could not escape. She admitted that your ex has been drafting messages and deleting them. Typing your name, staring at the screen, then putting the phone down. Not once, but multiple times. She saw it. She felt it. And in that moment, she understood that the story she thought was sealed may be standing on the edge of reopening. Don't skip this, because something huge is waiting for you. She revealed that your ex recently said, "Some people don't come into your life by accident." It was spoken softly, almost as a reflection rather than a declaration. But the weight of that sentence carried your presence all over it. Stay till the end, because this is where the emotional tide turns completely. What unsettles her now is not memory. It is momentum. She senses that your ex is moving from reflection into realization. From realization into intention. There is a difference between missing someone quietly and recognizing their true value out loud. And she feels that shift happening. She confessed that she asked directly, "If you could redo one thing, what would it be?" The answer came after a long pause. "I would have handled things differently." No excuses. No blame. Just ownership. That single admission has changed the entire emotional landscape. Here is the once-in-a-lifetime revelation. Your ex has started acknowledging that pride may have cost them something meaningful. That timing may have been misunderstood. That emotional maturity may have arrived too late. And when someone reaches that level of awareness, they cannot go back to ignorance. She is terrified because she sees that growth often leads people back to unfinished chapters. Not to repeat the past, but to correct it. And she does not know where she stands if that chapter begins to turn again. Don't skip this pivotal moment. Because this confession was not fueled by gossip. It was fueled by truth rising slowly and steadily. Your ex is no longer running from the memory of you. They are facing it. Evaluating it. Respecting it. And possibly preparing to act on it. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. This is not about forcing destiny. It is about alignment. When two people grow separately, sometimes clarity brings them back into awareness of what they once had. And the most powerful part of all of this? You have remained steady. You have continued evolving. You have not tried to interfere. She sees that. She feels that. And it makes her realize that your presence was never temporary. It was foundational. Now your ex stands at a crossroads of reflection and courage. A moment where silence may soon become communication. Where realization may soon become expression. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is forming quietly, just beyond the surface of what anyone can fully see. Right when everyone thought the silence would last forever, a subtle shift began to unfold. She confessed something that even surprised her: your ex has started mentioning your name without hesitation. Not in secretive whispers, not with defensiveness, but with a calm sincerity that feels different. It is no longer about who was right or wrong. It is about understanding. And that understanding is changing everything. Don't skip this moment, because something huge is waiting for you. She revealed that your ex recently said, "I don't think I appreciated them the way I should have." That sentence did not come from regret alone. It came from growth. From reflection. From finally seeing what was once overlooked. Stay till the end, because this is where the emotional gravity deepens. What terrifies her now is the emotional maturity she is witnessing. Your ex is no longer speaking from ego. They are speaking from awareness. They are acknowledging your consistency, your emotional strength, the way you handled things even when it would have been easier to react differently. She admitted that hearing those words felt like watching someone slowly turn back towards something they once walked away from. And here is the shocking revelation that ties everything together. Your ex recently admitted that losing you taught them more about love than keeping anyone else ever could. That realization did not come overnight. It came through distance. Through comparison. Through time revealing what truly mattered. She senses that this is not nostalgia. This is clarity. Don't skip this turning point. Because when someone reaches a place of clarity, action often follows. She confessed that your ex has been more thoughtful, more introspective, almost as if preparing themselves for something. She does not know what that something is, but she feels it building. She admitted that she asked one final question: if they ever reached out, would you respond? And your ex did not hesitate. The answer was simple. Yes. That single word changed everything for her. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. This confession was never meant to empower you, but it does. It confirms that your presence was never erased. It confirms that your impact did not fade. It confirms that sometimes, the person who seems quiet on the outside is becoming louder in someone's heart. Your ex is no longer avoiding the truth. They are embracing it. And the woman who once felt secure now feels uncertain, not because of fear, but because she sees the direction of the emotional current shifting. Something is forming. A conversation. A realization. A possible return of communication that once felt impossible. Something huge is waiting for you, and the most powerful part of all is this: you didn't chase it. You didn't force it. You simply remained authentic, and now the truth is circling back on its own. The atmosphere has shifted so deeply that even silence feels different now. She confessed one last thing that she can no longer ignore: your ex has stopped pretending that you were just a chapter. They have started referring to you as someone important. Not casually. Not as a passing memory. But with a tone that carries weight, reflection, and undeniable respect. Don't skip this, because something huge is waiting for you. She revealed that recently, during a quiet moment, your ex said, "Some connections don't fade, they wait." That sentence lingered in the air longer than either of them expected. It was not dramatic. It was not emotional. It was steady. Certain. And that certainty unsettled her more than anything else. Stay till the end, because this is where everything becomes crystal clear. Your ex is no longer running from what they feel. They are sitting with it, processing it, accepting that the bond you shared was not ordinary. She admitted that she sees the difference now, how your name carries warmth instead of tension, how memories are spoken about with gratitude instead of resistance. And here is the revelation that changes everything. Your ex recently acknowledged that meeting you changed them permanently. That even after separation, the lessons, the growth, the emotional depth remained. They admitted that you set a standard not just in love, but in understanding. That realization is powerful. Because when someone realizes that a past connection elevated them, they begin to question whether walking away was truly the right decision. She is terrified not because she thinks you are trying to return, but because she sees that your ex is emotionally circling back on their own. The distance that once felt final now feels like preparation. The silence that once felt cold now feels reflective. Don't skip this turning point. She confessed that your ex has been more intentional lately, more careful with their words, more aware of their emotional patterns. Almost as if preparing themselves for a conversation they know is coming. She does not know when. She does not know how. But she feels the direction of it. And here is the once-in-a-lifetime truth. Your ex is no longer asking if they miss you. They are asking what it would mean to reconnect with someone they now fully understand. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. This is not about fate forcing anything. It is about clarity reshaping everything. When someone linked to your ex becomes terrified by the truth they are witnessing, it is because they see the emotional current shifting back toward authenticity. You did not manipulate this outcome. You did not interfere. You allowed time to do what time always does, reveal truth. And now, as awareness deepens, as reflection turns into intention, as confession turns into quiet anticipation, one thing is undeniable. The story has not ended the way anyone thought it would. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is closer than silence can hide.